When you get arrested for driving under the influence, you really have two problems. Everyone is aware of the problem they have with the criminal justice system, and that's who's prosecuting you for driving under the influence. But you have a completely separate case going on, a completely separate problem with the Division of Motor Vehicles. The Division of Motor Vehicles, they're obviously the people who govern our driver's licenses, and they can make whatever rules they want regarding your license. For example, they could say if you got 3 speeding tickets in a year, they're going to suspend your license. Well, one of the rules they have is if you get arrested for DUI and you refuse the breath test, they're going to suspend your license for 1 year. That means from the day that you refuse the breath test, your license gets suspended for 1 year. This is regardless of what happens in criminal court. This has no bearing. In criminal court, you could be found not guilty, you could have your charge reduced to reckless driving, but you're still going to have this problem with the Division of Motor Vehicles. It's complicated. I highly recommend that you speak with a lawyer about this because you have a right to fight the Division of Motor Vehicles just like you have a right to fight in the criminal court system to prevent the driver's license suspension. What actually happens if you're arrested for DUI is the ticket that they give you for the DUI is your driver's license for 10 days. So you're allowed to drive for the first 10 days without any restrictions on your license. However, it's very important that within the first 10 days you do something. You need to hire a lawyer within the first 10 days because a lawyer will file paperwork with the Division of Motor Vehicles requesting a hearing as to whether or not your license should be suspended. One big advantage of requesting that hearing, and it's got to be done within the first 10 days, is then the Division of Motor Vehicles will give you a 42-day extension. So instead of stopping at 10 days, you'll actually get a 42-day extension to drive. Then there'll be a hearing held as to whether or not your license should be suspended. We handle a lot of those here. We do a lot of those hearings. Often we are able to prevent our clients from having their license suspended. That's a huge deal because then there will be no 1-year license suspension. You'll be able to drive just like anybody else while your DUI case is pending. If you were to lose that hearing and you refuse the breath test, you'll have to go 90 consecutive days of no driving. That's a pretty harsh penalty. No exceptions, no hardship, 90 days of no driving. On the other hand, if you took the breath test and you blew over the limit, it's 30 days of no driving. So I think you can see it's very important that you consult with an attorney regarding your driver's license. You can prevent that suspension, you can get extensions, you can get permits, but you're probably only going to be able to do it with the help of an attorney.